Well, thank you, Felicia. I love being part of these. I love, getting together with the other women, whether as a participant or a speaker. So I'm just so grateful that you've had these going all this time. You're so good at creating community. So thank you for that. And it's nice to see a face that I know, a couple faces that I know, a couple faces I don't know. So thank you for joining us today. I'm Lisa Corrado. I am a coach who works specifically with women business owners to help them get out of their own way. A lot of that work tends to be on mindset and getting the mindset right so that the action can happen the way you want it to. And what we're going to talk about today is a really great example of that. So when we first, before we got started today, we were talking about to-do lists. Ani was showing us her, gigantic to-do list. And we all have them, right? Like, I'll show my to-do lists tend to be, post-it notes. So I'm obviously not a productivity expert, otherwise I would have this beautiful system. But the focus today is actually going to be on our to-don't lists, which has a major impact on the to-do list. So if you came here hoping that you can, clean up your to-do list, don't worry, that is going to happen. And when I say a to-don't list, I'm talking about getting rid of the things that you don't need to be doing, or getting rid of the thoughts you don't need to be having, or the feelings that are getting in your way. So there are things that are wasting your time, or kind of grabbing onto your ankles and keeping you from moving forward and keeping you from doing the action that really has more meaning for you and is more important for you to do. So if you don't have enough time in the day to accomplish everything you want to accomplish, if you're not reaching your goals or you're not reaching them as quickly as you want to, then creating a to-don't list can really help you. And I just want to clarify, it's a little different than a to-do list. A to-don't list is not where we put the things that we're done with, or let me say this a different way. It's not the place where we put the tasks that we've completed. Okay, so it's not that. It is where we list out the things that we are done with doing because they're not the right things for us to do. They don't serve us anymore. They're wasting time, wasting energy, keeping us small. That's what a to-don't list is, not your completed tasks. That's another very satisfying list. It is the things that you want to be done with. And so today you're going to start to create your to-don't list. You're going to understand what you should be putting on there, what makes sense for you. Everybody's going to, you're all unique people. You're going to have your own unique to-don't list. So you're going to understand what tasks to put on there or what items to put on there, why you're putting them on there, and how it's going to help you, create some momentum, clear up some space so that you can really move forward. When Malou reached out to me about this, she said, we're talking about spring cleaning and refreshing, and what topic would you do? And I thought I would love to do to-don't list because it's all about creating space, creating more energy, having more to move forward with. So that's what the focus is going to be today. What I'd like to do is start with a visualization. So I'm going to ask you to walk through a visualization with me, and what comes out of that is going to be a really great start for your to-don't list. So what I'll do is I'll ask you, if you have anything in your hands, just set it down for now. You don't need to take any notes right now. You're going to have an opportunity to do that. If you have anything that beeps or chirps or makes any other kind of noise, if you can silence it just for a few minutes, that would be great. And wherever you're seated, I invite you to just get really comfortable there. Get your feet flat on the ground so you feel grounded. Feel the seat underneath you. It's your seat's job to hold you up. You don't have to hold yourself up. So feel supported by whatever seat that you're in. Get your shoulders comfortably back, not straining, but enough that you can take some nice deep breaths, because we're going to do that to get some relaxation going. I find it's comfortable to put my hands palms down on my thighs. And you might want to just gently close your eyes too. All you have to do is listen to my voice. So we're going to start with a nice deep exhale. all the way down, clearing everything out of the belly. And follow it with a nice deep inhale. And after a pause, again with the exhale. And as you continue to do nice, deep breaths, find a slower pace that feels comfortable for you. You'll be feeling more relaxed with every breath, more settled, more open-minded, ready for a visualization. So continue with the nice, slow, relaxing breaths. Feel your shoulders drop down a little bit more. Any tension that you're holding, breathe into it and just let it go. And I want you to picture yourself 1 year in the future. And this year that you've gone through, this 1 year in the future has been a year of glorious accomplishment. You have done all of the amazing things that you wanted to do. You've done some amazing game changers for your business. You've created whatever change you wanted to create in your life. You have made so much happen. And things are really in a very different place than they are right now. So picture yourself 1 year in the future. You've hit the goals that you've wanted to hit. You've created what you want to create. You've changed what you want to change. And really pay attention to what that looks like for you. You want to really understand, if I could go forward a year and things are almost exactly as I want them, what does that look like? What does it feel like? What am I doing? What have I done? What am I really proud of? And as you kind of soak up that feeling of pride, accomplishment, happiness, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. The first question: what do I need to stop doing in order to have this amazing year? So what are the doing things that need to stop so I can get here? What are the activities? What are the tasks? What are the time wasters? What are the energy suckers? What are the doing things that have to stop so that I can get here? What are the thoughts you're having that want to stop so you can get there? What are the stories you might be telling yourself that are holding you back, that are keeping you small, keeping you from taking the action that you want to take? What are the limiting beliefs that might feel very true, but just need you to step out of them so you can move forward? And what are the feelings or the emotions that you want to stop feeling in order to have this amazing year? Are there strong emotions or feelings that maybe feed into the thoughts that are tripping you up? So now that you've had a little time to think about, what am I doing? What am I thinking? What am I feeling that would stop me from having my amazing year ahead? I'm going to ask you to just gently come back into this space. So a little movement in your body. You can gently open your eyes. And now you can start to make your to-don't list. So what you came up with, the things that you, the doing things that want to stop, the thoughts that are tripping you up, the feelings that might be fueling those thoughts. Those are the things you want to start putting down on your list. And I'll actually give you a moment to write down or type a couple of those. So again, these are the things that want to stop happening one way or another so that you can do what you really want to do. And maybe there are ways that you're spending your time. So maybe there are tasks that you're doing that need to be done, but you don't need to do them. Maybe they can be delegated. They can be done by somebody else, either somebody you already have available to you or could have available to you. But don't worry about how you would delegate. That is a figuring out for another time. Right now, it's just identifying what are the tasks that you could get rid of. And there are a couple of points that I want to make here. The tasks could be professional or personal. You know, if you can free up time in your personal life, that might free up time and energy for you to focus more on your business if that's what you want to do. So, you know, whether it's cleaning the house, doing the errands, doing the chores, walking the dog, making dinner, are those things that you can give up to somebody else or do in an easier way? Can you lower your standards? One of the great learnings coming out of COVID for some reason is lowering standards doesn't ruin everything. It's not the apocalypse, and it helps us get more done. So I'm seeing this with some of my clients. You might have some tasks for work that you do that would be great things to offload to somebody else. So sometimes I speak with clients and they have tasks that they've always done since they started their business and they love doing them, but they're not CEO tasks. They're, you know, running to the post office. They are maybe doing some research online, maybe like responding to social media posts. And those are things that you might find fun to do, but your time could be better spent using your unique brilliance on, you know, what you do for your job. You know, how you show up, how you create, how you speak with your clients. Those are things that really need you to do them. So think about tasks like that can be offloaded. And you also want to think about what are some thoughts that you're having that might be stopping you from moving forward. So it could be, you know, very well-meaning thoughts like, well, I need to learn a little bit more about this before I get started. Or when I have more time, then I'll get started on this thing, or I'll be able to do this from start to finish. Or, you know, I have to get things really perfectly set up before I take action. And I want to assure you that done is better than perfect. Perfect is never going to happen. And done feels great. So, you know, this could be a thought of like, how can I adjust my thinking so that I don't have to have everything perfectly lined up before I start? Because one of the things that is, I know to really be true, is that action really creates the clarity that we need. So, you know, if you're not sure how to do something, the best thing to do is just get started. It's the best way to learn how to do what you need to do. And it gives you the confidence to keep moving forward. I mentioned before limiting beliefs. So you might have some other ones that are really getting in the way. And they could be things like, I'm not smart enough to do this thing. I'm not ready to do this thing. Other people do this thing better than me. I don't deserve to have success from doing this. So those are great things to add to your to-don't list, because those aren't serving you in any way. They're just holding you back and keeping you small. And as you continue to work on your to-don't list, I want to point out that however you spend your time or your energy or your money, is a choice, right? So when you spend your precious resources, you are choosing something. You're saying, I choose this over that because I'm going to put my stuff over here. Even if it's, putting 5 minutes, I'm giving 5 minutes to this as opposed to 5 minutes over here. So if this is 5 minutes that isn't going to move you forward, but this is 5 minutes that's going to move you forward, more often than not, you want to shift to the more meaningful work. So you can think about your to-don't list as getting clear on how you make choices, and putting as much as possible on your to-don't list that you don't want to choose anymore. So I want to stop right now and see if there are questions, to see if, I've been clear on this, and also, hear any comments on what might be coming up for you.